Rams is instant.
Come on in here. We're on Instagram and YouTube.
There we go.
Oh, it's not. There we go. We have Mr. No, this is fine right here.
No,
Thanks.
you're blocking on the bottom.
Well, that's why I didn't want it up there. You're gonna have to lift it up. All right, we're getting Mr. Sloan situated here. While everybody else, there we go. That's good. I think this is. I don't think we're blocked.
Blocked. Yeah, you could.
All right, we're good now, everybody. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb because that would be really horrible.
You're trying to.
And let me turn this light down. And sorry for everybody on YouTube who's looking up my nostrils. All right.
What up? What up?
Well, if you're on here right now, go ahead and leave us some comments below so that we know you're on here and we can shout you out. Well, welcome to another episode of
Life with the Sloans.
Life with the Sloans, and there's a lot going on.
Man, a lot is an understatement.
We're not talking about that.
What?
You already know. Anyway. Here he come with his Philadelphia hat. We ain't gonna start with him tonight because you know he's trying to have problems.
All these people out here talking.
Where's your phone?
What?
Let me see your phone. Can I see your phone?
No.
Hey, Dr. Sherry. Yes, because I want to share this, and I want everybody that's on here to make sure that you share this.
Hey, listen. I don't normally bend my brim, but for this, after the results,
we're not talking about that.
That came through.
Ain't no results really come through. It's a projected. What do you want to say? I'm not gonna be out too early, so I'm just gonna wait.
I ain't shouting at all. I'm just trying to get this thing
I'm just saying, I'm just gonna wait.
What we talking about today?
I can breathe a little better. That's all.
What's on your mind? What we think
I can
about?
breathe a little better. Well, one of the questions that came up that someone asked us to talk about was how to balance marriage and ministry.
Gotta go.
You don't gotta go. Anyway, so Alfred actually had Deacon Alfred. That's what he is.
Deacon Draco.
Alfred.
For anyone who don't know me.
Anyway, hey y'all. Hey Shondell.
Deacon get the strap.
Sherry. So Alfred had his I wanted to say like initial sermon because that's what it kind of felt like, but he spoke on Thursday and it was really awesome. He did really well.
Presented a slight proposal.
Yes. So you can't go check it out anywhere because it's not online. But
don't you start, Pastor Sherry.
If there's any time in the future, which I think there could be, sometime in the future up the line, you never know. He might speak again, so you never know.
I'm always speaking, public, private.
He speaks too much actually at home, but I'm gonna need him to speak more in church. I'm gonna need him to do that. We'll take it there.
Motivational speaking. Motivation.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
So what we talking about? Balancing ministry and
marriage. And marriage. I think it'd be interesting because I am the more full-time minister person in the midst of our relationship, and I was that before I married Alfred, and he already knew what he was getting into. So I guess we could love to hear from your perspective here. Don't move it. We love to hear from your perspective here. Hey, Rachel. Oh, Rashai. Hey, girl. We'd love to hear from your perspective. How was it being married to a fivefold minister, and how have you been able to?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. For those who have not been in ministry or don't relate to somebody in ministry, there's the constant balance with people pulling at the person in the ministry or the person more focused in the ministry. Mm-hmm. Marriage in general has its own benefits that come with that, and such as seniority and having the understanding that there's a not really a hierarchy, but there is a work together that both of us are building. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times it's really learning. Like there's no right or wrong answer. At the end of the day, it's a lot of adjustment, a lot of growth, and being patient with each other. Like at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all the skinny. I'm gonna tell y'all what I told him before we got serious.
And broadcast.
And hey, more than Kel, girl, you need to send one of them bowls anyway. Chef Narda. But yeah, so one of the things that I told him before we got married was what God had already told me, because he did. He already kind of told me what I was going to be doing in ministry and all of those things about the call on my life. So I pretty much told him what that was that God said. And if he didn't feel like that was something that he wanted to sign up for, I'm going to say sign up for, or anything like that, then we didn't need to take it any further. Because I really wasn't into wasting my time or putting God in a place where I didn't feel like he belonged, which he belongs first place, not last place or second place. Yeah. And so that means everything to me. Like, I definitely love Alfred. I didn't even like him, but I love God more, and he understands that, and that's what that is. So how about you?
You said it. That was it.
That was it. No, what was your thoughts about that when I said it? You said yes, but what was your thoughts?
To be honest with you, I don't think we have a difference in understanding of that. That God's always going to be first. You know, there would never be a position where I put you in that makes you feel like I'm trying to put God second, or trying to force you to put God second. And in the same context, I wouldn't want you to do that, and I don't think you have done that. So a lot of times, what it comes down to is like I said, being patient. I mean, understanding that this is a growing process for both of us. It ain't just, oh, you became a minister and you stay at one plateau and you're there till you die, basically. That's not it. Just like it's not like that in marriage. There's ebbs, there's flows, there's in and outs, there's different, challenges and opportunities. It's a bunch of different things that comes with it. So, at the beginning of our journey, I told you, I was like, if we're going to do this, it's going to be all the way. There's no possibility about, we both got to have this same thing in mind. So that, I don't think that changes because, there's different challenges that we face. I mean, whether that's ministry or marriage or family or whatever, it's all consistent.
So let me tell y'all a story. So we in college, right? No, you're not. So in our college, they used to have these shuttles that come up from different churches, and because there was a lot of students at our college, and you would pick wherever you're going. But I've always been taught that don't touch me. Don't try that. So I've always been taught that when you go wherever you're going, you're faithful to that place, and not only just going, but you're to be active.
Yep.
In that place. And if you go to a church like ours, it's more than just being active. You're actually on a track and being equipped in what God has called you, which is very rare, because most churches, people just go or they're just active in a place, but they really don't even know really what God has called them. And most of the things that they say God has called them to is outside of the church and has nothing to do with that local fellowship at all, or they haven't even. Are
you going to tell the story or no?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm getting to that.
You get all the background. All
right. So anyway, so we made a decision. I was going to a previous church, but then that church had closed down for whatever reason. Hey, Rashay. And then I ended up going to the church where he was, not because he was there, but because really that was just really the next best church to me.
Yeah.
That was out there. So shout out to Transformation Center. So at that time it was called Greenwood
Christian
Center. Yeah, so I ended up going there, and
you gotta tell where it's at.
Oh, you didn't get to the juicy part. It's about to
come.
You
gotta tell where it's at.
No, we will get there.
Greenwood Christian Center.
This is in Oklahoma.
All right. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
This is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. So we get up, and I'm a real on time person. Like, I'm always on time for stuff. I don't play none of that late stuff. I don't play all of that. I'll leave you. Like, I don't play. Because I believe you got appointments every day, and you be hanging around people who don't be on top of their appointments, they'll make you miss your opportunity. So I ain't trying that. So anyway, speaking of, so yeah, this one right here, I'm at the shuttle. He's not at the shuttle. So he decided, whatever he decided, he was going to sleep, whatever he was going to do. So we had a conversation. So I went to church, as I always would. And then I came back from church, and we had a conversation. And I told him, I said, is this what you do? And he said, what do you mean is this what I do? I said, do we hit and miss at church? Is this what we do?
No, we just hit.
Yeah. So I said, let me know now, because I need to know what I'm signing up for. I said, because I'm gonna let you know right now, that I can go to church 4 weeks in a month. If you can't, let me know, because you understand what I'm saying? This is something that's my spiritual food. I need this. Yeah. I'm only getting it twice a week. because we have at our local fellowship, we have it Sundays and Thursdays in the actual fellowship. I read my word every day, but that don't take place of that fellowship piece. So anyways, I'll let him know. And so he can tell you what he want to tell you from that. But yeah.
That's the Puerto Rican coming up.
What
That's what that is.
No, that's called I ain't wasting my time. I've seen people get married to people and they start off one way and then they end up a different way, but they were always showing them these red flags. And so I always tell people, pay attention to the red flags and have an upfront conversation about what it really is going to be. Because you don't want to have arguments about, I'm going to church, you ain't going to church, whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe even if it's not church, maybe it's a business that you're doing. I'm doing business, you're not doing business. I don't have time for inconsistency. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
You finished?
Good. I'm finished.
Yeah, that's Puerto Rican coming up. So anyway, at that particular point in time, I was up studying and I was tired. I just did not feel like being bothered with anyone. Mm-hmm. So when you got back, you remember,
the day before.
If you remember, when you got back, I was still in the bed, not all the way.
After you was tired your whole life. Get out of here.
First of all, I worked all my life.
Did you? I said, I worked all my life.
All my life.
Beat me. Whatever, anybody.
All my life. Yes, you're right. Yeah,
you do what you want to do because I said, you do what you want to do. Everybody do what they want to do. I'm telling you, I will sit up and be up all night, and he'll tell you 4 a.m. creating a track that I want to work on, but I still get my behind up the next day if it's something that I need to do or want to do.
And she also has times where she needs an extra 30 minutes in the bed and asks me to watch the kids first thing in the morning, or
that's rare. That's rare.
All right,
that's rare.
That's the answer we're going with.
But do I still be there on time?
You always be on time.
Thank you.
You be everywhere on time.
All right.
Speaking of which,
consistency.
Anyway, so the benefit is in marriage.
You can count on me. Yes, you can. You can count on me if I'm 8 months pregnant to ride all the way to a couple of states and pick you up too. Can't you?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Because she definitely did that. I got stuck in Maryland.
You count on me
from work. I was flying back from Texas and could not get into Philadelphia to save my life. Closest I could get was Baltimore, and I had, or that was like the next day. I would have had to stay in the airport overnight, and I wouldn't have been able to fly out until like 11 o'clock in the morning. And it was.
So you called? You called Jesus? He probably would be there too. But did you call him?
No, we tried Jesus. We didn't call him.
Did you call your family?
No, what we called.
You ain't called
first person I called.
They wouldn't pick up.
First person I called was the man in the mirror, telling him, "Listen, you need to calm down because you're about to say something's going. You're going to regret, and then you're not going to be able to catch that flight." So that's the first person I called. Second person I called was you.
Who that is? That's a person.
No,
you Chen?
Just my baby daddy.
Oh, okay. Baby daddy. You got something to tell me? I'm confused.
Who that is? Who that is?
You mean baby mama?
So I call her up, and she her and mom came down.
Hey, Mr. Scales.
Made that run. But the point of what we're talking about is really, at the end of the day, consistency in whatever it is that you choose to do, whether it's marriage,
everything.
ministry, finance, anything like that. I do a ton of different things on financial investments and things like that, and talking with people and financial mentoring. And one of the biggest challenges people, like she was talking about, people just aren't consistent.
Right.
Like you'll start something and it begins to break the bad habits that you have, and 2 weeks in, cut. You just fall back to the default mode. It was like you never learned anything new. So in ministry, as you grow as an individual and as you begin to learn the differences between where you're at and where you're actually going, then a lot of those things that you kind of clung on to in immaturity, they begin to come to the surface, and they can be points of contention between, you internally and where you're going, and then also your spouse and you. So one thing I've consistently happened when we each level up in one way, shape, or form at church, whether you get, whether you became an ordained, minister or prophetess, or
you was there through all of it.
All of those things always consistent. Never missed an appointment. Never missed missed the opportunity. And then when I became a deacon, and what else?
You was already doing the work before you came on.
Yeah, but I mean,
the title was just extra.
The
he was already there.
I always had the heart for it. For getting things done. That's not an issue for me. You know what I mean? It's is the problem for me really is seeing all these people who don't have that and being willing to be patient with them. It's like, yo, you see this needs to be done, bro. Just do it. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's not like I'm asking you to build a whole new, you know what I mean, a whole new complex. But
so I'm gonna add this. So if you want to be balanced in ministry and marriage, then you need to practice that before that. What people do is they try to practice balancing things when they get with another person, and it's like two people walking on a tightrope trying to not fall off.
Move.
Yeah,
Move.
basically.
Move. I got this. Move.
Yeah, so all of that, he say balance, I say harmony. I learned a new definition. Thank you, Torian.
Listen,
Anyway,
Torian. Before you go,
if you're on
before
here,
you go,
if you watch this,
listen.
shout out Nova.
I
Did you
appreciate
marry
you, bro. I appreciate you. The concept that you have for harmony is very unique. Shout out to Torian Scott.
He said he got it from someone else, I think. But I like it.
Wherever you got it from.
I like it.
Awesome.
Yes.
It resonates with her.
It resonates with me too.
Okay.
And you.
And it resonates with me because I listen to music. Slightly different example. She is music.
That's a whole nother conversation. I feel like a shift has happened. But
shift, yes.
Stay focused.
Shift just happened. So the point of the conversation that we were having that she brought up was we were talking about a difference between harmony and balance.
And what?
Harmony and balance.
And what?
I don't know. What was we talking about?
I don't know. He was talking about a relationship, the male and female. Yeah. That's what we were talking about in that conversation. That's not what we're talking about now. We're talking about.
I was talking about this one.
Oh, in this particular conversation?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to be a balance because you don't do what I do. We got two different roles in ministry, what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't balance, but there's a harmony.
There's a harmony too, but there is a balance. You have your.
And then balance considers equal weights. It's not.
Well, no, it's balanced.
That's the whole point of what he was saying. It's not equal weights. It's not because yours don't weigh out to mine. No, just like in the household, yours don't weigh out to mine because at the end of the day, God gonna hold you.
You better tell him.
Hello.
What he said?
Not me.
What he said?
You.
What he said?
Hold you responsible.
What he said?
But because you can't see half the time, I gotta help you. It's all right. I'm willing to.
She got jokes all the time.
Suitable helper is so much stronger than you. So
balance.
That's a reason.
Balance, harmony, whatever you want to call it. Not right, bad shape. Harmony or balance, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, understand that as you both grow individually, there is going to be shifting and changing. Period. Whether that's financially, whether that's emotionally, whether that's spiritually. Or whether that's just personally. And I think one thing that we've always had, in our favor is that we both appreciate each other as individuals and we enable each other to be individuals and strengthen, and that's really one of the things I think really strengthens our marriage.
When we haven't allowed for each other to do that and have surrounded it around selfishness, it has not worked. It has not worked. You got to not be selfish. You got to not be like, what did Tamar call her and Vince when they were married? Velcro. You can't be Velcro. You got to have a life outside of each other.
I'm not touching that.
Friends outside of each other. You do. Because you had that before I met you. That doesn't mean it stops.
I got friends. I'm a friendly person. What can I say?
Yeah. I got a lot of friends. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Your term friend is my term associate.
Oh Lord!
I know a whole lot of people.
I have friends and associates. I got associates too.
House. I
got associates and friends and on the hand best friends. Not the full hand, just on the hand. You got the same one best friend, right? You got one best friend. How many best friends you got? Who's your best friend?
I'm not gonna put him out there online right now.
You don't gotta say who he is. Just get the code name. Daddy Longlocks. Who else? Daddy Longlocks. I don't know if you're watching. Hey.
I was just texting him a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, so the point of this whole thing with harmony and balance and understanding, the difference with ministry and marriage and being able to combine the two worlds.
Oh, it's on your shirt. That's the answer right there. Boom. Heavy on the thank you, God. I love that shirt. I should have worn mine. Mine says just God. Sorry. Sounds facts.
Do you want to finish this, or are you trying to show? Never mind. Anyway. Oh, and
Love you too.
make sure you always keep that intimacy connected. Don't allow other people to come in between
I
y'all.
don't think we ever had a problem there.
No, I ain't talking about just sex. I'm talking about intimacy. Not just sex. Intimacy.
We ain't had a problem there either.
No, I don't think we do. But I'm saying in general.
Our problems honestly was other people in the family. It was never us. We've never had issues with particularly us. It was always things outside. Things outside. Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Issues outside that didn't really have nothing to do with us. It just affected us. Yeah, it's not decisions that we made or anything like that. It's you ever had those things that happen in your life because you're the one getting affected by it all? Yeah.
Well, like I said, if y'all saw any of the previous episodes, we both are the oldest, and so a lot of times there's learning lessons that come with being the oldest, and parents kind of getting that first they're married, they kind of can't do or can do or whatever. We need to make whatever the situation is, it's a lot.
Let me say this though. This is the weird part about us. Even though we've had lots of responsibilities that have accumulated over the time, children that have accumulated, the people in our lives, I mean, all the people, not just the family people, I'm talking about outside people, all kinds of people, they consider us people who are consistent and dependable.
That's right.
Let me tell you why. Because they call all the time asking for something.
Listen,
because they just know
it is not a bad thing to call. Understand that.
That
we do
you
not
got
feel
it.
that way.
You're gonna come through. Let me tell you, we've experienced that a lot, haven't we?
I can tell you that
they would call. Matter of fact, if their whole self was hurting, they would call us before themselves.
The consistency that we have is
it's a lot of consistency.
I mean, but you got to realize like the things that we've had to balance, and thinking about health wise, and the way that we were able to go through and the different struggles in that area, or even through death of close family members, or
everything,
situations with finances,
whatever,
or jobs, or or whatever the case may be. We've been pretty even.
Marriage, kids.
People see you out and they think that not that you necessarily got it all together, right, but that you're always
we don't.
Consistent.
But we are. What you see online is what we are. There's no fluff to this.
First of all, I'm actually not this way in real life.
Yeah, he's actually a little darker. He looks lighter on screen.
I'm not this way in real life. I'm not one of them people that get on like lives and do videos and all that stuff.
He's chocolate.
This is more so one of the things that I've gotten into because of her social media.
I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the way we are, like what we talked about, what we portray on social media. If you're his friend on social media, that's really how he is in real life. That's not. He really is that, like how he is. Yeah. If you're my friend on social media, that's really how I am in real life. Like it's no fluff. And I know that on social media, a lot of times you see a lot of fluff. It's no fluff over here because we keep it all the way real. You don't have to wonder what's on our mind. We will tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might not like it.
You might not like it, but it is what it is.
If we had a relationship where you feel like you can ask, I feel like you have the relationship where you can receive whatever the answer is.
Yeah, we don't volunteer.
It's not like I went out there and I always was of the mindset that anything that was volunteered unrequested was typically going to be unheard.
Right.
So when you have, feedback for someone, unless you've earned that position in their life where, you can provide them with something that may be, I won't say negative, but corrective, or correcting, then that's a different situation. But the vast majority of people that know me in social media or whatever, if you not like inner circle know me, like not somebody that has my work number or my Google number or any other stuff, not that. Like Alfred when he comes home, Alfred when he sits down with the kids, me as a father, me as a husband, me as just a person. What I mean? Anybody on here that knows me, I mean, y'all know me. At the end of the day, it's not like I'm one week I'm this way, and then because something happened, I'm that way. And look, it is what it is.
It's the same.
You might not like it, cool. I'm good with that, but I love me.
Yeah, and everything's not. I love you. Yeah. Okay. Everything's not for everybody, and we're very clear of that. We not only balance our marriage and ministry, but we balance our social media. Meaning, social media is only a glimpse into our life. It's not everything. So, like I said, you get to see what we're putting out there.
Yep.
Those who are in our inner circle, they pretty much know a lot more than what's even on social media. But even if you just look on social media, that's a really good glimpse. Yeah, because I keep it real.
Listen, everybody's born 100%. We all come in this world with no proclivities, no issues, no design or desire to be anybody else but who we are. I plan on dying that way. So if you meet me from the time that I've been born until the time I die, you will see somebody that has grown but still feels like he's comfortable in his own skin.
I have no choice, bro. All right.
Ain't no friends.
Well, I hope that you got some value out of this, and hopefully got some tips. Thanks again, Apostle Kenny, for the topic on tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
I'm sure this will help some people. Go ahead and share this with others. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel called Life with the Sloans. Let me sure I put this up here for everybody on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're already on our channel watching this, so we appreciate that. We are about 98 subscribers on YouTube, so we're trying to get to 150 for our next goal. Yeah, well, for our next goal. So go ahead and share this with others that you feel this could benefit. And we'll see you again, because we are going to be on here every week. We have tons of episodes that are already on social media and on YouTube. And there's our little one. Hey, buddy.
She'll be in the room, sir.
You want to be on social media? What happened?
You ready for bed?
We have a little one that interrupted us, but it's okay because we're
Parenthood doesn't
Yes.
Yes. What?
Yes. You ready for bed?
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Love you. Good night.
One of the Dynamic Three. Go support them. They have an Instagram page and a YouTube page called LAS Customs, so you can check them out, and the Sloan Kids. All right. So we will see you guys on another episode of Life with the Sloan.
Yeah.